facility is situated at one of the best sailing areas in the world. And if we don't utilize this natural asset, it will just go to waste. And the people that make it possible to utilize this asset, they are you. Thank you very much. Now we've thought it a good idea this year to dedicate this race to Mercia, Malcolm's wife, Mercia McGregor, in the memory of her who passed away sadly last year.
The organisers, Reina and Eureka's idea because they knew my wife well. She was a frequent visitor at the club with myself, and she's always supported myself and the event. And as Flora said last night, it's really dedicated more to all the wives of sailors who sometimes support their husbands, or maybe are sitting on the beach knitting and watching them. So it's a tribute to all the ladies of sailing.
I think after last year, guys are a little bit nervous because last year we had a massive step in the wind at the start. We're looking a little bit this morning, it's going to drop a bit. We brought the start a little bit further forward. We're going to have probably 20-25 knots at the start. So it's going to be perfect dash conditions, windy but fun.
This is a very dangerous area.
So I've been coming over here for the dash for the last 3 years now. So this is my 4th year. And it's just a really fun race. Strong winds, so really challenging. Not many places in the world where you get to race in this sort of like big chop and really strong wind. Just something different, something that pushes you, and that I don't find, for example, in Mauritius. So it's something special, and I like to come to take part in that race.
So the yellow course marks the surf ski and the SUP course. They start on the west side of Scarpin Island with the water start, and they go straight down through the Ore Jetty to the finish at Dowell Rock.
This year's looking good. The wind's looking like it's going to be blowing really hard this afternoon. So downwinding on the SUP, we're standing on a 14-foot board, swells all around. It's pretty extreme, but really fun. So good time.
So I'm using a stand-up paddle boarding with a foil on it. So like if potentially what happens, I'll paddle with the foil and then I'll pump it so it gets up, and then I won't be struggling like on the water trying to like paddle hard the whole time. I'll be gliding a bit more, so it's more like flying. So it's like a whole nother dimension, but I'm really loving it now.
Windsurfers, the Hobie Cats, the kiteboards and the foils all do a broad reaching course. You start at the main beach. All the marks are a big yacht with a flag because it's quite a long distance race. You want to be able to see the mark quite far away. You basically go to your first mark. We go across to just above Club Mykonos. Then we go flying on this long reach here through the Ore Jetty. And then we have various smaller legs to the finish, which is at the Beach Sailing Club at Dowell Rock.
Yeah, so today was strong wind, but not too strong like we had a year ago. So it was manageable, but definitely challenging race. We entered the mouth of the bay here pretty much together, and then it was very deep reach to the boat. And he was on a windsurfer, I had a kite, so I could go deeper than him. And then it was pretty tight between the two of us. Sebastian is called pretty much all the way to the finish. I wasn't so far in front of him, I don't know, maybe 100 meters or so.
was one of the best downwind dashes I've done. I think I've done 4 or 5 before, and the outgoing current and the heavy wind in the beginning was perfect. I think that after last year we all could have done with a little bit less, and I was praying the whole way that it would just be consistent, and it really pulled through. It was amazing.
My name is Jaco Jansen van Rensburg. I'm from a company with the name Nat Africa. We're based in Richards Bay and Mozambique. My reason for sponsor this event is for NSRI, hospice and animal care.
The downward dash has always been, well, we've been part of them. We always try and assist, and that way we try and generate some funds for South Animal Care. Currently we have about 70 dogs. We go through about 30 k's food a day, so it's quite an expensive exercise at the end of the day. The vet accounts run 30,000-40,000, so everybody's help at the end of the day. You know, even if it's just a bottle of water or a bag of food or whatever the case may be. And the downward dash has assisted a lot in that with that respect.